Everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's John. Wukong, Black Myth Wukong. One of the worst combat systems I've ever played. Or at least that's what I thought. Let me show you why. So we jump over this bridge, and down here we come to what I thought was the first mini-boss. And I suppose he is because he's got different weapons than the typical mob that you run into. So he's not like the rest of the random creatures that you run into and fight. A little different, little tougher, has more moves. So I suppose you could say he's a mini boss, or the first one anyway. At least the first one that I've run into. So after you beat him, well, actually, not even before that. If you notice, he was jumping at me and going off screen. So as the fight was going on, I was having to constantly change the camera angle and look different directions. Hard to find him. It was just clunky battle system. And then I grabbed some will and I head down the river here. But we're going to find the first boss. So he's down this way. But again, look at the game. The water's beautiful. The rocks are great detail. I mean, it is a AAA title. It's a top-notch game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. And then I get in it and I play it, and I'm bumping into things. It's my fault. I'm okay with that because I'm excited to play the game. So when I got it, I skipped through all the cutscenes and just went right into the first combat. And I didn't mind the first one, but even this combat, you just don't have a target. You're just jumping around and hoping for the best. And they're jumping off screen. You're missing them. So it kind of bothered me. So I'm running to the first boss here. And oh, by the way, on the way, if you stay on the bank here, you see this little guy right here? He's hiding something in that statue. So when he walks by, it kicks you into walk mode. You go and you pick the statue's nose, and there you go. You got that Skada form. But then I had an idea. Am I missing something? Is there something that I didn't click in the buttons? Because look at this. Like I said, it's beautiful. So I've got to be missing something. So there's the boss. We're going to take a right turn, and I find some mobs up here because I want to play around and see what button I might be missing. I could go into the options and look at the controller setup, but who does that? It's like reading instructions. Why? So, second guy. I try the right thumbstick by clicking it, and right about here, there you go. Targeting system. Now the combat is awesome. So I'm going to go try it out on another mob just to make sure. Just to get a feel for it. The camera does fall behind a little bit, I feel like, when it's on auto target, but it's fine. So, now that we know that, we're going to go to the first boss. Can't possibly lose because we have auto target. It's all good to go, right? Yeah, so here we go. Armed with the new auto target. Now, something else that I have to admit to. Notice that first dodge I did. I left an after image. Great. I think that's the idea. It's right before. That just barely missed me, but it got me. I thought I was out of the way. I'm basically button mashing and wasting my stamina. And I figured out that I'm wasting my stamina, but during this fight. But I didn't figure out quite how to use it. So as you notice, my stamina's gone more often than it's there. So I try to let it rest up, and I think maybe if I hold the left trigger down and just do a little flare, it'll do some damage. And it did work. I got my stamina back, but luckily right about here, I was at the midpoint of the fight. And this is where the little old hermit shows up. And gives us our first spell, which is the immobilize spell.
But the immobilize spell still works.
So while he's talking that over here, I have to apologize and take it back. It's not terrible combat. I just didn't read the instructions. But yeah, right thumbstick and you auto target, you stay on target, and it makes fighting a lot easier, but I still have some things to learn with the stamina and the combos. I know as you level up, you get more combo points, more things you can do, more moves, and more spells, of course. But for now, the immobilized spells what you start out with after when you fight the first boss.
Sadly, mine is but a humble trick.
Now, it's not as powerful against other bosses as you go along, but it's pretty good on this guy. Like I said, good enough for boneheads like this one.
Consider it an ace up your sleeve.
And I've got the auto target. Now, I did have to relock on after the cinematic, which is fine. And I used that way out of place. Actually, I used it in mid-attack, which is what you're supposed to do. And still need to work on my dodging, but I like that backpedaling while you're drinking the gourd. A little bit of juice there to energy up. There we have it. First boss down. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great day.